Well, guess I'm doing this shit again. So, after I don't know how many years of my sub count being plateaued around 580, it finally started creeping its way up to 600. After almost a year and a half of me not uploading a damn thing to my channel, for some reason I started getting more views, comments on older videos, and people subscribing to me. So, first of all, thank you. I don't know why anyone would subscribe to a channel that hasn't uploaded anything in over a year, but nonetheless, thank you. Now, in spite of my apparent deadness, I have not been sleeping on my YouTube channel. I have, in fact, been working on my next project, which is almost ready to start getting uploaded. I started recording for this project back in the summer of 2018 and didn't finish those recordings until the end of November. Then I had to edit those videos, and that didn't get done until August of 2019. Jesus. Now, that could have been the end of it, but while I was editing, I didn't bother writing any of the titles, descriptions, tags, or making thumbnails. I've been working on those ever since last August, and I'm still not quite finished. That's right. It's taken me longer to make tags and thumbnails for these videos than it took me to actually record the footage for these videos. God damn, I am fucking lazy. But once I finally do get it finished, barring any computer or internet problems, I'll be uploading one video a day for months and months to come. Finally. So yeah, I've been really busy during this last year and a half, and I also started playing games without making recordings of them. Mainly because I didn't want to overload my hard drive with recording footage, but also because I just wanted to enjoy some games without having to commentate all the way through them. I played Night in the Woods, which was a nice, relaxing game that I could just chill out and enjoy. Then I played Spider-Man, which was an amazing game. I thought the collect-a-thon side missions in Spider-Man would keep me playing the game for a good long while, but hell, I blew through that shit in less than a month. Then I played God of War, and holy shit, you do not need me to tell you what an incredible game that was. But my absolute favorite part of the entire thing was story time in the boat. Every single time I sat in that boat, whether I had somewhere to go or not, I would wait for Kratos to start telling a story, and I would just park my ass in front of the dock and wait for the story to end before we got out. And goddamn, I was so sad the first time I went out on the water and there was no more story time. I realized that I had actually listened to every single story he had to tell. I had completely exhausted all his storytime dialogue, and there wasn't going to be any more storytime on the boat. It was over. No more storytime. Then we met Mimir, and holy shit, storytime on the boat is back, motherfucker. Fuck yeah! Who's ready to sit in a boat? Let's do this! And Mimir took storytime on the boat to a whole new goddamn level. We're not just hearing Mother Goose parables anymore. Now we get to hear retcon versions of the Norse gods. Remember that story about Odin giving up his eye to gain insight from the pool of life? Turns out he was just tripping balls on some mushroom water. Remember all those cool stories you heard about Thor being a badass? Turns out the guy just likes to get really fucking drunk and kill people for no reason. Oh, and did you know that Mimir used to be Puck from A Midsummer Night's Dream before he moved north and changed his name? Yeah, he used to work for Oberon, King of the Fairies. How's that for some crazy shit? And as if that wasn't enough, when I started using the quick travel system and walking on the great tree Yggdrasil to get around faster, turns out you get story time on Yggdrasil too. Fuck yeah! Who's ready to walk in a circle? Let's go! Anyway, God of War is fucking incredible. It's probably the closest thing to a perfect game that I've ever played in my life, and I can't wait for the next one. So after that, I finally bit the bullet and bought a Switch so I could play Smash Ultimate. And that's one that I continue to have fun with to this day, but I do have one major complaint against it. Why the fuck do you have challenges that can't be unlocked with gold hammers? The whole point of having gold hammers in the challenges menu is so you can unlock the really, really hard shit that you just can't beat on your own. And most of the challenges that are immune to gold hammers are the absolute hardest fucking shit in the game. I've got one goddamn challenge left to unlock and 7 completely fucking useless gold hammers. Thanks a fucking lot. Then there was the game that I probably never would have played if not for Smash Ultimate, and I had to go through Amazon to get it. Splatoon. The first one. That was definitely lots of fun, but after playing Overwatch for years on a hybrid controller mouse setup, playing a nearly first-person shooter and having to aim with a control stick fucking sucks. Okay, I'll admit it wasn't god-awful, but good lord, I wanted my mouse and audio chat with my teammate back so bad. Goddamn. Next came Sekiro, and every single expectation and prediction I had for FromSoft's latest game came true without fail. Playing a FromSoft game is like being in an abusive relationship. It lures you in with all this awesome-looking shit, just enough to make you fall in love with it, then it starts treating you like shit from that moment on. Oh, and also, I beat Horse Boss on my very first try. Suck it, pussies. Then I got Breath of the Wild, and, it's alright. Definitely not what I've come to expect from a Zelda game, but I can understand their desire to stir things up and try something new. There are plenty of things I liked about it, but unfortunately way more things I didn't like about it. And the biggest, most egregious, outright sin this game commits is assigning the crouch function to the motherfucking L3 button, and not giving us the option to customize our controller inputs. Now, Sekiro assigned crouch to the L3 button as well, but you could reassign that shit to something else. With Breath of the Wild, every time you get into a tough fight and your muscles start to tense up, your grip on the controller starts to tighten, and without even meaning to, your left thumb, which is constantly situated on the left stick, starts to squeeze down on that L3 button. Right when you're in the middle of a tense fight and you need to jump out of the way or make some crucial, precisely timed move, Link goes into a crouch. His entire moveset completely changes. His movement speed is drastically reduced, and more often than not, this will completely fuck you over at the worst possible time. This one fatal flaw makes me absolutely loathe every single combat encounter in the entire game, because I have to split my focus on making sure I don't accidentally squeeze down on the fucking L3 button. I hate the L3 button. I hate it more than words can describe. I implore game developers everywhere, never, ever, ever force the player to use the L3 button in a combat-oriented game. At all, for anything, ever. Ever! Finally, we come to my latest addiction, a game that makes entire hours disappear after playing it for just a few minutes. Oxygen Not Included. Now, this is a game that makes me feel amazingly productive while completely wasting my time. In my first attempt, my colony lasted a measly 108 cycles before I ran out of algae and couldn't make any more oxygen. Then the base started filling up with carbon dioxide, which meant nobody could get a good night's sleep, which meant they all started getting stressed out. And then everyone started puking all over the place. At that point, I didn't feel like watching those 10 poor bastards mopping up their own vomit while they slowly suffocated to death. So I just started from scratch, and now my second colony and its 12 duplicants have lasted almost 2,000 cycles and are still going strong. Whew, damn. Anyway, for those of you who haven't tuned out and are still wondering about this big project that I've been working on for the last year and a half, I've recorded a start-to-finish 100% playthrough of Detroit Become Human. Yeah, every single path in every single flowchart, all fully completed, every ending reached, every trophy unlocked, and this shit took for fucking ever. Now, I am quite a practiced writer myself, and I am gonna rip David Cage a new asshole with this series, because by God, he deserves it. As for what I'm doing with this channel after that, I'm honestly not sure. I think I'm starting to outgrow the whole Let's Play thing, and maybe I'll start something different. I'd like to spend more time drawing and maybe get into animation, but that shit is a lot of work, and I'm a lazy-ass procrastinating lump on a swivel chair. Plus, real life tends to demand a lot of my time. So, who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. All I know for sure is that my reasons for working on this channel haven't changed at all. All I want to use this for is my own creative expression, and if anyone out there is actually entertained by what I do, you're welcome. I've never had any intention of monetizing this channel, making ad revenue, or constantly begging people to physically abuse that like button. If anything, YouTube's changes over the years have only reinforced that decision more and more. I've never trusted this website with the videos I make, which is why from day one I have always kept backups of every single video I've ever uploaded on an external hard drive. So if they ever decide to delete my channel, I won't lose any of those videos I put so much time and effort into. In fact, I recently started a BitChute account under the same name as this channel, mainly as a personal lifeboat should the Titanic that is YouTube finally go under for good. The people who run this website have made it blatantly clear that they do not give a rat's crooked fuck about any of us. Our videos are nothing more than billboard space to them, and if they decide we aren't sufficiently commercially viable, then that's it, channel deleted. So I've already taken steps to prepare for the mass emigration that I have little doubt will occur once enough people decide that they are finally fed up with YouTube's horse shit. That's W-H-O-R-E, shit. Hope for the best, prepare for the realistic. So I think that covers pretty much everything. I just wanted to make this update video before uploading my 600 sub special, so you'd all know why I was just now uploading something that I recorded years ago on a headset with much crappier audio than what I'm currently using. Hopefully you're all entertained by the brain-melting rage that is to follow. I know I certainly am, which is why I play that god-awful game every 100 subs. And believe me, I am not looking forward to playing through level 7 another 100 subs from now. But fuck me, that's the promise I made, isn't it? Anyway, it's good to finally be back for however long it lasts and whatever the hell I decide to do. So, see you later.